Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name's Lauren, also known as Cross Stitch Bunny, here on YouTube and over on Instagram. If you're thinking, wait a minute, Lauren did a Flosstube a couple of days ago, you would be correct. However, I thought I would jump onto the camera and film this little extra very quickly because although I laid out my plans for March a couple of days ago, there has been a slight change of plan. I have made shiny new plans for March. So I did have a couple of loose goals set for March. And then I realised that it is about to be, or it is, the start of March Stitchy Madness. So I have followed other people, mostly Stitch with Beth Chadwick, doing March Stitchy Madness for several years. I think she's missed a year or two here and there, but I've always known Beth to do this. I think it originated on the Steel City Stitchers page, but it is Beth that I have seen do it numerous times, and I've always thought that it looks so fun and thought I should do that one year. March is upon us and I'd completely forgotten until I saw Beth posting about it, and I was like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it this year. So if you're joining in, please let me know. Drop your Instagram name in the comments so I can follow you and vote on your polls. If you don't know what March Stitchy Madness is, I will try and explain it, although I am no expert myself. But basically, you start off with 8 projects. They could be whips, they could be new starts, but you select 8 projects for the month of March, and then you will stitch on each of those projects for 1 day at a time. So it will take you 8 days to get through all 8 of your selected projects. In the meantime, after you've done like the first 2 projects, you can put out a poll on Instagram, or I guess just decide yourself, but I'm going to be putting out a poll on Instagram for people to vote on which of those 2 should be the winner and progress to the next stage. So you basically have 4 pairs of projects, as it were, and they are competing against each other within that pair bracket. So projects 1 and 2, there'll then be a vote to see which of those 2 will go through. And you'll do the same for your other 3 pairs. So going into round 2, you will end up with 4 projects instead of your 8. You then repeat, so you have a pair of projects and a pair of projects. Then there will be a vote, and then you'll be down to 2 winners that go through to round 3. And then finally, in the final vote, the winner will be decided. So each time you stitch for 1 day. So the first round, the first set of rounds will take you 8 days to complete. Then you have 4 projects that then get another day each. So that will take you to 12 days. Then you get down to 2 projects, which will get another day of stitching each, which will take you to 14 days. And then you get your winner, which you can stitch on for that last day, number 15. But it is my plan to then carry on stitching on that one and show it a lot of love in the remaining days of March. So the good thing about this challenge is, although we're already a couple of days into March, if you've been unorganised like myself, or you were just not aware of it, there's still time to take part, because it actually only takes 15 days to get through all of your rounds. And then whatever remaining time you have left in the month, you can, if you like, dedicate to that final winning project. So I just thought I would show you my planned 8 whips. I will pop on the screen like the little graphic I made so you can see how I've put them into pairs and like how it will flow through. And I'm going to show them to you a pair at a time, because I thought it would be nice, even if just for myself, to sort of see where they all were when I started this March Madness, and I'll see where I get to with them. So project 1 is going to be my Wordy Birds March. This is where we are at. So this is my starting point for Wordy Birds March. This is by Sweetwing Studio. We're not going to go through the what I'm stitching it on and all that, because this is not a regular floss tube. I'm just marking my start positions for each project that is entering this challenge. So project 1, this is where we are starting. And that project is in a battle with my whimsical alphabet cell from Maria Domina, also known as Little Room in the Attic. So project number 2 in round 1. This is our starting point, so this is where we're at. So those 2 projects are my round 1 projects that are paired together, so they are doing battle against each other. And as I said, I will be posting polls on my Instagram once I've stitched on them both. I'm starting the challenge today, so today I will be stitching on my March wordy birds. Tomorrow I will stitch on my whimsical alphabet, and once they've both had their first day of stitching, I will then put out a vote to see which one of the 2 should move forward. My next pair of projects is Battle of the Dragons. So my starting point for my Dragon Koi by Nadezhda Gavrilenkova is this. So I'm so close to a finish on this one. That is my starting point for the challenge. And I am pitting this one against another dragon, which has a lot less progress to see. This is the Sapphire Dragon that I started with Anita, the Violet Stitcher. I think we started at about the same time, sort of as a stitch along, but not really. I don't think either of us have worked on it very much. And this is by Art Custom Korea. I have forgotten the lady's actual name, but her brand name is Art Custom Korea. And this is where we are starting. So this is my start point for the Sapphire Dragon. And this is actually, like, it is a smaller design. I think I may be doing it on a smaller count fabric, but the stitch count in this is not far off the stitch count of my other dragon. So yes, this has a very, very long way to go. So round 2 is going to be Battle of the Dragons. Round 3 is a little bit random. So this is going to be the Deadly Aquarium cell. So this was a fairly recent start of mine, and I would like to continue progressing with it. So I thought this would be a good one to add into the mix. So I have my Deadly Aquarium cell. This is the start point. And I am pitching this whip against one of my winter seasonal whips that is fairly close to a finish. So I thought, even if it doesn't get through to the next round, it would be good to do a day's stitching on it. This is Winter Woods by Satsuma Street. And I stopped after, block 2. So I am just ready to start block 3. I will need to move the frame, but this is our starting point for March Madness. That is where I'm at. So that is round 3. And then for the final round, it is Battle of the Full Coverage projects. So this one I do have the picture of, so I don't need to find a digital picture. So this is Curious Tiger by Letty Stitch. And my start point with this one looks like this. I'm not going to undo it at the top. There's just a little bit of background that's covered, but you get the general idea. This is our starting point for Curious Tiger. And the full coverage project that is being pitted against is my Gecko Rouge Shock Tart. Hopefully, yes, I was going to say, hopefully I've got a picture of it in its box. So this is Shock Tart by Gecko Rouge. And where is my project? Oh dear, I've got all my threads in here and I've got my thing. Where is my actual stitching? I'll be right back. Better go hunt. Brief moment of panic over. I have found it. It's because it wasn't in my whip box because it's on a scroll frame. It was in my sort of sack that I keep my big frame projects in. So this is starting point for Gecko Rouge Shock Tart. So that is it. I just wanted to mark the start of my March Madness, see where all my projects were starting. We'll be interested to see which ones get voted through to the second round, the third round, and then the final winner. take a guess if you like in the comments. I'd love to know which you think will win. I really don't know. I've been looking at these projects and I don't know what people will vote through. Yeah, I'm not going to even say anything because I don't want to influence. I do have one in mind that I would like to win, but I'm not going to tell you. Yes, please do watch out on my Instagram stories and vote, because it won't be much fun if nobody votes, because then I'll have to pick myself. Yeah, if anyone else is doing it, like I said, let me know. I'd love to follow your progress with it. It seems like a really, really fun challenge. And I'm starting today on the 3rd of March. And like I said, the whole challenge is like 15 days long. So I will still have plenty of time left at the end of the month. I think the retreat that I'm going to is like back end of March as well, the Essex retreat. And I should have this all wrapped up before I go to Essex. So I don't have to drag along like multiple projects from this challenge to the retreat. It will all be done and dusted. So yes, if you would like to join in this really fun stitchy game, you still have time. Pick your 8 projects and you can start sort of any time in the next week, and you will still have time to complete the challenge within the month of March. Take care, everyone. I will see you, I don't know, in a couple of weeks or maybe a month for my next proper floss tube. But in the meantime, I'm going to have fun with this challenge. Take care. Bye.